And welcome back to another episode of my horror life. Now, this one's going to be kind of a rebuttal to some of the responses I've been getting on my post about IMDB perks and whose responsibility it is to put them there. Now, I see a few people understand where I'm coming from, and then there's a few people that don't. So I've been told that while I've been waiting for my perk, I could have been doing it all along. I could add my own stuff on there. This is true. However, do you ever go to a supermarket and they have the cashier, they have the bagger, and then they have the consumer? That would be like me as a consumer saying, I'm buying all of your products. Oh, bag boy, go away. I'll bag my own stuff. So where I'm coming from is when crowdfundings offer perks, and one of the perks is a credit in the movie. And you have your other things like a special shout out, a role in a movie, a signed poster by the cast, blah, 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 all that. But the credits are pretty much the easiest one to do. Will you get a lot of them? Yes, you will. But you knew this as a perk to a movie. You knew that you were going to have a lot of people who want their name affiliated with that movie. You knew this when you started crowdfunding, that while there's some things that you can't help be late on, such as the actual movie, because yes, you still have to make it, from the other things such as t-shirts, movie posters, yes, understood also how those could be later. Perk, if you know the movie's going to get made, regardless of meeting its quota or not, and especially if you have one that has already met its quota, there is no reason whatsoever that those perks should not be added to the person's IMDb. Could I do it myself? Sure, I could. But how welcoming is that? I just spent X amount of dollars to be part of your production. And you can't even have either yourself or someone in charge of the perks. That's what I would do. If I was making a movie, I would sign one person. That was their only responsibility. When perks come in, instantly on. That is so welcoming to someone who can't actually physically be in the movie, is to be welcomed by, hey, guess what, your perk is on there. Or people who have the IMDb Pro get that notification. I'm involved in a few movies that people like that been on top of it, and you know who you are. I applaud you. Some are bigger productions, some are smaller, but all the ones that I have on my IMDb, and they also mention on their groups, hey, special shout out to Rob Mahoney. He just became blah 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 today on the page. Everybody welcome him. You know how welcoming that feels to someone that has always had a dream of being in part of a movie? Even if it's the smallest thing, like a thank you. To someone like me, that means the world to me, to be welcomed with open arms. For someone to tell me, oh, You could add it on your own. To me, that sounds like I'm just being used for my money. And I don't have a lot of it. But if you can't even add it, tag me or something, how welcoming does that feel? I don't want to have the perk just to have the perk. I want to know that I'm appreciated, even if it's the slightest bit. I wasn't born into money. I wasn't born with the talents to be in a movie. Have I always wanted to be? Sure. I mean, who wouldn't? But I know I'm not speaking by myself here. I've heard from tons of people that feel the same exact way. A lot of them didn't want to comment on that post because they don't want to upset people in the industry. Me, I'm a straight shooter. If I upset people, sorry. Well, to a degree, I'm sorry. But I'm also being drop dead serious too. To me, if I have to add my own perk after purchasing it with my own money, like I said, it's the same as going to a supermarket and saying, I don't need a bag boy, I'll just do it on my own. Or I go to a restaurant, oh, don't make my sandwich, I'll make it. Same thing. It's supposed to be a give and take. I'll give you money, and you say, hey, thanks. See how hard that, wow, that's so obscenely hard. And I know you're going to say you're super busy. I understand that. But once again, you knew that going into a campaign. You knew that starting an Indiegogo, a Kickstarter, whatever. Any crowdfunding thing. You knew you're going to have a lot of people that want to be involved in it. So you have to be prepared for it too. It's the last time I'm going to talk about this, because if you don't understand why people like to have their thing added by someone else, then you just never will know. Those 7, 8 perks I still have out there, if I have to take a loss on them and my name not included, I'll remember that. But you know what? You're also damaging the integrity of the business, because now I'm going to be a little bit more cautious on who I get involved with. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that I'm going to be more cautious. It's your fault. I want to get to know people now before I get involved with. And there's a few people out there, you know who you are, that I got your back. I'll go to war with you. And then there's other people that I couldn't care if it was an Academy Award winning movie. I won't get involved. This is what made certain celebrities incredible, because I'm probably not choosing the right word there, but I'm going to name drop here. Jodie Foster. You ever notice that Jodie Foster was a terrific actress? But if you look up her screen credits, she has a lot, don't get me wrong. But she could have had a lot more, and she'll tell you that. But she wanted to protect her reputation and pick the right roles. Not just any cash cow. She didn't want to be that person that, oh, Jodie Foster's in this, but it was a terrible movie. And I'm not saying anybody's making terrible movies out there. I'm saying that I'm protecting my name now. I don't have a big name at all. I'm like 300 and something thousandth in the world right now. I'm going to start being more selective on who I choose to be involved in. Because that's the whole respect thing. I respect and trust you enough to give you my money. And you should be respectful enough to put it forward. To put it on that IMDb that you promised. Nowhere does it say IMDb credit, but you have to do it on your own. If it said that, I definitely wouldn't have been involved. That is up to the filmmaker to do that. Or someone designated by the filmmaker to do that. And should I ever make a movie, which, I mean, anything's possible, but should I ever, I will make sure that I stand by my words. That I will add it right away, or I'll have somebody assigned to that area to do those. And furthermore, if for some reason your credit never got added by me or my staff, I want you, I beg you to come forward and let me know, so that way I can make it right. You say that now, Rob. No. I will sign anything you want. And you can screenshot it so that you can remind me. But you wouldn't have to remind me because it'll already be done. Oh, Rob, you can't say these things. Oh, you're gonna trigger people. Shit, people get triggered if I say, hey. That's the world we live in today, people. Trigger 101. I'm always gonna speak my mind. You don't believe me? Look at some of my past videos. Watch the one Stop the Hate. That's me. But this me that is standing right before you talking right now is now going to be a little bit more reserved. Because people have told me, oh yeah, you can do it on your own. I know this. But why should I have to pay for it and put it on my own? Like I said, there's no welcoming aspect there. I don't feel welcome. I feel like I just spent money on something that basically you don't care about. You don't care about the people involved. What I do love is the people that I donate or contribute money to, that instantaneously, within a day or so, I see a tag. Hey everyone, Rob Mahoney, welcome him aboard, blah, blah, blah. That's what I love. And a lot of people are like me. People want to be recognized. People want to be known. People want that respect. And that's what it comes down to, respect. Oh, I've heard people say, oh, I just help to help. That's you. And there's not many like you. And this is not a greed thing. This is following through on what was told to me. Here are your perks, Rob. And like I said, t-shirts and posters, they'll have like usually a date. Like 2021 fall or whatever. See, there I already know. I already know it's going to be added. I'm gonna get that sent fall of 2021. So there's no urgency. There's no, hey, where's my t-shirt? Where's my poster? They already told me. But like I said, I'm just going to say it one more time. That perk takes literally 2 minutes. That person says, hey, this is my IMDb perk. Cool, here it is, blah, blah, blah. Or you message that person and say, hey, there's a couple people with your name. Which one's yours? Done. And to the ones that have done it right away, thank you. That shows that you have integrity. To the ones that I'm waiting on, at least I know who not to contribute to anymore. And if I lose people, oh well. You know, it's what this world is. It's people coming and going. But the ones that I will ride down the biggest storm with are the ones that will do that. I scratch your back and you scratch mine. I will go to war with those guys because they have integrity. You say something, you do it. Simple as that. So anyone who hasn't ever been involved in the Indiegogo world or the Kickstarter world or crowdfunding worlds, and that they watch this video, careful who you get involved with. That's the only piece of advice I give you. Because if it's not done within the first couple weeks, usually it's not getting done, and now you're out money. So if you have a money issue and you're contributing to these things, save your money. Look for the people that have a lot of integrity, people that get a lot of praise. Those are the people that will have your back, and those are the people you can trust to add your hard-earned money. Because we live in 2020 right now, and money is a scarce thing. So when someone contributes, it would make their worlds right now. To have someone that they either know or someone who's popular that has been in movies before to say, hey, thanks for being part of this. Mean the world to them. And makes their 2020 a lot better too. Finally, in closing, I just want to tip my hat. Yes, I know I don't have a hat, but just go with me. To those that have the integrity to add those credits right away, or to invite that person back too. If that person has been in some of their past projects, invite that person back. Make them feel like they're part of the team. I will go to war with you. Much love and respect. This has been Rob, and this has been my horror life. Much love.